Alright guys, here's what we're making today. The Sorella by Simply Classic. It's a brand new pattern. It was part of her quarterly subscription box. That's how I got the pattern and all the supplies to do it. Full zipper pocket here. It goes all the way in. Very cute. You could actually put another zipper pocket back here if you wanted to. And then here is the closure. So you open it and it flops down. So this flops down and you have a full inside. Look how big that is. There's 2 credit card slots or ID card slots, whatever you want to use them for. And it's fully lined and bound. There's that one binding. And then you bring this up and use your twist lock and it's closed. It's meant to be a waist pack, but she talks about making it as a crossbody, which is what I did. I made it as a crossbody bag. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I'm just gonna open this up and I'm gonna put it on and see what it looks like. Is so cute. This is where I'd put my phone, right in there. Let's just see how it fits. Oh my gosh, perfect. Fits in there perfectly. And then you open it up and you can put a purse pouch, a darling pouch, sunglasses, keys, IDs. Oh my. Chris, you outdid yourself. This is a cute little pattern. I love it. I'm gonna make another one. So these are all the materials that came in the box, but I'm gonna make another one. I am gonna edge coat this. I think I might make one in leather. Yeah. The Sorella by Simply Classic. Go get the pattern. Let's get started. Hi everyone, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs, and I'm getting ready to do a brand new pattern by Simply Classic. Simply Classic, Chris at Simply Classic and her team have quarterly subscription boxes, and I just recently signed up. I'm probably gonna pause my bag making bee club box because I really don't need to. Although the bag making bee box is monthly and this from Simply Classic is quarterly. So we'll see. And she always gives you a brand new pattern, which is kind of cool. This month, this quarter, it is the Sorella. Oh my gosh. It is going to be so cute. It is meant to be a waist bag, but I'm going to make it where you can wear it as a waist bag or you can wear it as a crossbody. So either one. It looks really cute. So the fabric that she sent some cool stuff, really. This is a faux leather. Isn't that gorgeous? So I have one of those. Let me get my clips out. One of those of the mane and one in the lining. That is the front. It has 2 credit card slots in it, so I have one in the main, and then I have some of my own adhesive lining. That didn't come in the box, but I like using that. And then you have 2 gussets, one in your outside exterior. Let me find my interior, and one in the interior. Keep in mind, on the pattern piece, on the interior lining, it's a little shorter than the outside piece, just FYI. And then zipper pocket adhesive lining. There are 2. I have 2 of those. I also cut the zipper pocket lining in the linen that she sent. So I may use that instead since she sent that. And then you have your strap, 4-inch strap. You have your flap, which is 2 of the main. which is going to have a raw edge. And then 2 of the back main, 1 back and 1 front. And there's 2 of those, and one of them has a zipper pocket cut out. Then you have 2 closures, 1 upper closure and 1 lower closure. I haven't cut those out yet because we're going to sew those together and then trim them to size. She sent a zipper. She sent a zipper pull. I love her little zipper pulls. Very cute. She sent a twist lock. I like her twist locks too. She sent, this is a buckle, a roller buckle. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I haven't decided. 2 gate rings. 2 gate rings. And then some elastic binding. I guess there's binding on the inside. I just realized that. And then she sent 2 sew tights. So these are very handy, actually. And that's it. And she said in the box, I also got a ruler, small ruler. I got a little bag of candy, which is always a good thing for me. I love candy. And I got she has a really cool leather marker, which she sent in this box. And let's see, what else was in the box? Oh, and this is part of the pattern too. 2 3x1 inch keepers. There's something else in the box. What was it? I forget. I think it's worth it. Now, I signed up for a whole year. I thought, you know, I've always impressed with Chris's designs. So I thought, you know what, let's just sign up for a year. And if I don't like it after a year, I can just not renew. So let's get started. The Sorella by Simply Classic. All right, I'm going to start with my strap. So I just divided this 4-inch piece down the middle and added double-sided tape on either side. All right, so I'm going to work on my crossbody strap. I'm making it just like any other strap. I'm going to even this up just a hair. And we are going to hold it together with, I'm going to do 2, let me see which I want to be the front. 2 rivets. Let me see. This is the front. Or you could stitch it. I am not doing the belt version of this. Yeah, I'm not doing it. So let's get our strap and our rivet. Our hole punch, I mean, for our rivets. So one's gonna go there. And let me get that rivet in. And then I'll add another one. with one. Now I need a stem. There it is. Close your rivets unless you want them all over the floor. Like I don't. All right, one more rivet. Goodness gracious alive. That I am not that much of a weakling. I'm really not. Okay, I'm gonna go punch. All right, so with that wrong side up, I'm gonna add one of my silver clasps upside down. And I'm gonna pull that up and the other end up and through my slide adjuster. Now I used a narrow, regular width slide adjuster. This faux is fairly thin. So that's what I did. And then I'm gonna trim this up a little there. And add my other swivel. Let's make sure I got it on there right. Yep. And again, 2 rivets. Let's just clip this so it stays where I want it. There we go. All right, let's see how much of a weakling I am now. Goodness. I'm just really not that much of a weakling. Get my phone out of the way. 2. Rivets and one more. I just realized she didn't send any rivets. I didn't get any anyway. That's all right. I'm using my own. All right, let me go press those. So now we're going to do our upper and lower closure pieces. So on the longer piece is where your this part of your twist lock goes, the one with the prongs, and you have a little washer. So I just marked in the middle, and then I marked where my prongs are going to go. And I am going to add a little piece of stabilizer here. I'm just being careful not to go too deep. This is just a scrap piece of Lux Fuse. Okay. Now, before we do that, we want to trace our piece, which would have been easier to do before this, but that's okay. So let's trace our piece. Before you put your twist lock on, it'll be much easier. Okay. Now let's put this on. I've got a little protective something on here, a little piece of plastic. And let's attach that. nice and snug. Add our little stabilizer. And our washer. And bend our prongs. I'm bending my prongs in. And I am going to protect that a little bit, and I'm going to pound those down a little. And then I'm going to put just a tiny piece of fusible fleece over that to protect the other side of my faux leather. Just like that. That's it. Now, I am going to put a piece of double-sided tape here. This is probably too wide, so let me use some of this. Half inch, I'm using half inch. And then we're gonna add this here. Perfect. Okay. Get everything out of my way. And then we're gonna stitch just on the side of where we marked our piece. Can you see where I marked it? I got kind of close over here. So I'm gonna lift that up and just go a little further over. Yeah, there we go. All right. Hold on. All right, so I drew that and I got my thumb lock on there. And then I did the upper one as well. And I just put them wrong sides together with a piece of double-sided tape. And I'm gonna repeat that for my flap. So you can see I have double-sided tape here on my flap. And we're just going to attach these wrong sides together. And I'll have to trim that. So now we're gonna stitch inside that, 1/8 of an inch inside our marked lines. She does this in other videos or other patterns, and I really like this. Okay, I did do one little back stitch there. And now let's just trim. Let me get a better pair of scissors, my sharps. And now we're gonna trim right on that line. Let me bring my light down so I can see better. It really helps, guys, to have a decent pair of scissors that you reserve for something like this. And there you have that. Now, I did go ahead and mark where the next part of my twist lock goes, but as she suggests, don't cut it out yet because you may need to move it a little bit. And on this one, we're just gonna stitch all the way around. 1/8 of an inch. Now, she suggests, I didn't do it this way, to cut the pattern pieces big, the pieces bigger and then trim, but I had already cut it out when I read that, so I didn't do it. Now I'm just going to trim that very carefully. Now, you could edge coat this if you felt the need to. I'm going to reserve my decision on that and see. Okay, I'm starting to say to myself, don't over trim. Barb. Okay, perfect. Not much, really. These are the best scissors. These are Gingers. They are, I've had them for so long and they are very sharp. So I'm going to repeat that with this piece. An 1/8 inch inside. Okay, and then I'll trim it. I was going to make these two pieces a different color and my strap, and then I thought, I think I'll just leave it for now and maybe do that on the next one. All right, let's trim this on our lines. Okay, I got a little weird on the bottom here. I don't know why. All right, let's see. Yeah, this had a little, there we go. All right, put the gingers up. So that looks pretty good. So you have your two pieces for your twist lock, and then you have your flap. Next step. All right, so now we're going to do our gusset. And keep in mind that the lining piece is a little shorter, so it's going to feel weird. We're just going to sew those two ends, the short ends, together at the seam allowance in the pattern. I forgot I need to change my stitch length a little. Okay, on both ends. Okay, now we're going to turn that right side out. And we are going to find the middle of this the outside exterior piece. Because the lining is shorter. And we got to find the middle of the interior piece as well. And then we're going to line up those middles. And there will be a little bit of your exterior showing on the underside. And I'll show you that in a second. Because we're going to top stitch this at 1/8 of an inch all the way around. There's not much, just a little bit. Maybe 1/4 inch, maybe. Okay, let's top stitch that all the way around 1/8 of an inch. And I'm gonna start, this is a bound bag, so I'm gonna start on one of these edges that you won't see it. It. So you have about the same amount on each end. I'm sure there's a reason for that. I don't know it yet. Next step. So for the credit card slot, I'm using the wallet lining self-adhesive. So I just put on my outside piece of my credit cards, I put a piece of double-sided tape across the top. And then we're going to attach our self-adhesive lining here in the center. Beautiful. And then we're going to fold that top down 1/2 inch or so and top stitch that. Piece of double-sided tape. All right, so that's what you have, your card slots. So we're gonna just set those aside for just a minute. Okay, I chose to use the self-adhesive for the zipper pocket lining for the main pieces. So I have 2 of those. So I'm gonna peel off the paper. The nice thing about this self-adhesive is you can lift it up. If you don't get it where you want it, you can lift it up. So I'm just trying to be as nice and even as I can. And it's too big, and that's okay, we'll trim that. And then for this part, we're gonna trim this out. You're gonna have to just be careful that you don't leave any visible on the outside. I've never used it for this kind of purpose, so we'll see how it goes. So far, so good, actually. It's so nice and thin, too. I really do like it for that reason. You can get it a lot of places now. Chris has it back in stock, so you can get it from her again. Now, I didn't quite get it all, so I'm just gonna go from this side and trim this up a little. There's a little piece there. There we go. Now we have a black zipper, so is it critical? Yeah, you need to get most of it off. So I'm just gonna trim off this edge and this edge. Okay. Now we're going to repeat that with the other panel, but there's no zipper to pull out. And this black stuff I find on my clothes everywhere. All right, perfect. Let's repeat that with our other piece that doesn't have the zipper hole. See, I got it all over me. That's hilarious. Okay. Same story. That's not going on nearly as easily, so, and that's a user issue. There we go. Perfect. Now, is there any hangover? Just a little. Not much. Okay. Next step. All right, so on your zipper, add double-sided tape, and we're gonna lay that inside our zipper opening as evenly as possible. On both sides. Oh, goodness gracious. Sticking to me, girls and boys. Okay. Perfect. This got a little wonky over here. That's okay. Let's fix it. Okay. Just make sure you have enough on each end. We'll probably trim that, would be my guess. Take your credit card slot, find the center. I just marked it with the leather marking pen. And your center of your bottom, and we're going to measure up what she tells you to in the pattern. And then used 1/8 inch double-sided tape for this on the inside of our credit card slots on 3 edges. And then we're going to attach that right at the center. Perfect. Love it. This feels weird that it's not on the inside. So hold on. Yes, that's right. Now we're going to stitch around our zipper, and we're going to stitch around our credit card slots. And we're going to do 2 rows of stitches here. So let me get a little bigger ruler. So you're measuring over from each raw side what she tells you to. And we're going to stitch down and around, and then down these 2 sides, and then around our zipper. I didn't have a lot of bobbins, so let me check my bobbin. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and change it. A lot of top stitching here, and you don't want to run out of bobbin. I've done it so many times. There we go. Now I'm going to pull these to the back, these threads. And pull that other one to the back and tie them off. It feels weird, doesn't it? It does. I thought, oh no, this can't be right. It must be. All right, now let's repeat that with pulling things back with our card slots. Actually, I need a back stitch here. for stability. And then I'm going to go ahead and go up. Over one stitch, pretty much. And back down. And then I'm back stitching right there, just one stitch. Okay. You needed some extra stability on these corners for the card slots, so you really do need to back stitch, I think, personally. All right, let's burn those little threads though. Get rid of your little leather marking. Perfect. Let's try a card. Let me grab a card here. Oh my, perfect. 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 Okay. Next step. All right, so set this aside. Now take your upper closure and on your flat, measure down from the straight edge, what she tells you to in the pattern. Put a piece of double-sided tape on the back here, and we're gonna add that centered. Ooh, let me center this, hold on. Darn it. On that mark right there. And then we are going to stitch around that. And I'm just gonna mark mine. I can always pull it off. So I'm gonna mark it here. And then I'm gonna follow my other stitching that's already there. And I'll pull these to the back. But I'm gonna start up here. Yeah. And just follow your other stitch line if you can, to the best of your ability. And I'm just going to pull that to the back, if I can get a hold of it. There we go. I need to go one tiny stitch here. There we go. And then back up. And over. And then we'll pull those to the back as well. I'd rather have a little knot back here than on the front. You probably should just do what you do best. If you feel like back stitching, this thread matches perfectly, so I probably could have. So. Okay. Burn those threads. There you go. Now I'm gonna just wipe off my leather marking pen. Okay. All All right, next step. So on this piece, from the pattern piece, you have your flat placement. So I don't know if you can see it, but I drew a line all the way across. It's a certain distance from here down, so I just used my ruler. And then on your flap, on the right side of your flap, put a piece of double-sided tape. I know it feels, the whole thing feels weird. Trust the process. And then take that tape off. And we're going to lay that right sides down, centered, right on that line. And then we're going to do 2 rows of stitches here. One at 1/8 and one at a quarter. Okay, and don't go outside your flap. And repeat that at the 1/4 inch mark. Now I'm gonna just wipe off all my leather marking. On the front side here. It's actually the inside. If you're using a leather marking tool like this, you definitely don't want to leave it any length of time because it will become permanent after a period of time. I'm just gonna make sure I can't see it from this side. Yeah, I can a little bit. Okay. Next step. All right, so then take the back piece without the zipper, find your center on the bottom and measure out what she tells you to in the pattern. Then take your other closure, your lower closure, add a piece of tape, and we're going to add that right on that line, centered. And then we're going to measure up what she tells you to, and we're going to stitch again right along our previous stitching and then across this line. A lot of top stitching, so just make sure you have, again, I'm going to pull this thread to the back. That you have enough bobbin. And your lower piece is right side up. I'm not sure I mentioned that. Let me see if I can grab this thread, or I went too far. Let me see. Oh, delivery. Delivery. You'd think I was getting a lot of deliveries. Most of it is for the condo. It's okay. pull that to the back and tie those off. Again, you could backstitch here. It's totally up to you. All right, now I'm going to get rid of my leather markings. Okay, perfect. All right, so on this back piece with the lower flap with the twist lock, put a piece of double-sided tape here. Take the tape off. Very unique construction. And now take this other back piece. These are two back pieces, I guess. And we're going to put these wrong sides or lining sides together. Yeah. And you want to take special care. Let's see if I did that. Okay, yeah. To match up your corner pieces here. Okay, I'm going to take my time here and get this on right. It actually comes together pretty well. I'm kind of surprised. I'm surprised not because of Chris, but because of my skills. All right, so that's what you should have. Wow. Now I've got some hangover here, and that was a cutting out issue on my part. So let's just get it all clipped first, and then I'll trim that top part. Interesting. Okay. Now you want to make sure you're not clipping the flap into it either, I believe, because the flap comes down like this. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I am going to trim up here because I got a little wonky when I cut it out, so I'm just going to trim it off. Okay. Here too. Not much. Don't over trim, Barb. Talking to myself. Okay. Let's see. That looks actually pretty good. All right, next step. All right, now we're going to baste an 1/8 of an inch. It's actually top stitching all the way around this. And she says to use a generous 1/8 inch. Make sure this is clipped up out of the way when you do this. All right, so I'm going to do it from this side, I believe. And we're doing it around this top part too. All right, let's just do it. Burn my threads. Now I'm going to trim any excess. I have a little overhang. So for the front, what's it called? The front, one main and one lining, put those right sides together. And we're going to sew the seam allowance in the pattern. Now you could use self-adhesive lining here too. I just chose to use the linen she sent. Now we're going to fold those over and top stitch. And top stitch. Wrong sides together. Okay, beautiful. I have no idea what that is. It's going to be on the inside, so it doesn't really matter, but I don't know what happened there. It's weird. All right, next step. Oh, now we're going to take our gusset. Oh, this is interesting. Find your center. I have a little hangover here. She didn't tell me to baste all the way around, but she used self-adhesive lining. So, let me see. Hold on. I'm going to baste this all the way around so it doesn't come loose. If I was using the self-adhesive, I wouldn't worry about it. But because I'm not, I'm just going to do a real scant 1/8 inch all the way around. Okay, good, good, good. Now, take your, find your center on the bottom. I started to do that and then I got distracted. It happens. This is so interesting how this comes together. I am just really in amazement. And we're going to put right sides together. And I'm going to use Wonder Clips for this because I don't think it'll hold. My other little clippies will hold. And we're going to bring it up to the top. Interesting. Very interesting. So just like any other gusset, Now I might have to clip some, let's see, the corners. Let me get my clips out of here. And clip your gusset, just like any other gusset. We're not going to clip we clip the straight edge, which is the gusset. Just tiny little 1/8 inch clips. And then, I don't know what that is. And then clip the rest of your corner in place. It's pretty good, I must say. That Chris, she's a smarty. These designers are just amazing, really. Okay, let me get a few more clips. I'm gonna have to finish this later. And okay, stitch together using the seam allowance in the pattern. Very interesting. Okay. All right. Oh my. Perfect. Look at that. Nope, no puckers. All right, next step. All right, now trim this just so it's even. And mine is actually pretty even. Okay, good. Good, good. Now let's grab our bias tape. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. So she sent some pre-made bias tape. I love it. And we're just gonna add this. Let me read through this. All right, so you want to fold the top over by about 1/2 inch so there's no raw, whoops, there's no raw edge there. And then cover your end. I honestly, I've never used bias tape, so this is interesting for me. And then we're gonna just curve that around the corner. Now I'm considering changing to black thread so you can't see the stitching. I'm thinking about it as we go. I don't know. Yeah, you definitely want to even your edges so that it's nice and even all the way around. All right. So we'll just cut off and leave a 1/2 inch so we can fold that over. I know many of you have probably used bias tape. I have not. There's a little thread there. Let me get that. I don't even have any. I don't know that I even have any bias tape. Believe it or not. All right. Interesting. So I'm thinking, do I just go and do red? All right, I missed a step somewhere along the line of making these pleats here. So on your gusset, you were supposed to divide it in half and measure down a certain distance and do a tiny little pleat with your right sides together. So you need to do that on both sides. It's not too late. So if you didn't do it, it's not too late. You can still do it. Like I'm going to. Very interesting. Don't know how I missed that, but I did. And I just want to make sure that I get it nice and even. So it's just a tiny little pleat. Interesting. And it ends right there. So it trails off at that mark. I don't know what the purpose of that is, but we will find out. Okay, now let's put our binding back on here. Okay. Let's do this other little pleat. It's a small pleat. It's an 1/8 inch. Seam. Okay. Let me clean this up. Okay. Interesting. All right, now we'll put our, I'm just going to use the same thread. I'm not going to change to black. Not for this first bag. And we're going to do put our binding on. I like the red on the black. matching it on the other side. Okay, let's see how we did. It looks good, I will say that. On this side. Oh my gosh, I caught it all the way along. It's a miracle. It's a beautiful thing. Barely down here, but it's caught. Look at that. Next step. All right, so now turn this piece that we just finished with the lining right side out. You know, this whole thing just feels weird. And then we're gonna match up our centers on the bottom, and we're gonna clip that all the way around. I don't know where the stopping point is. Let me see. Up the sides. Okay. I'm guessing this obviously ends up being a raw edge. If that's the case, I need to trim this up a little. Because, I mean, once I get it on, I can trim it, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll edge cut this. I don't like this raw edge. We'll see. You just never know. Very interesting. All right, so that's what you have. And then when you're done, this is what it looks like. You pull that up and pull that down. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Stitch the front to the back with using a generous 1/8" seam allowance. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Let's do it. I learned something new every time I do one of Chris's patterns, and this one does not disappoint. Wow, it is so interesting. All right, now I'm going to trim it so it's nice and even, and then I think I will edge coat this. Let me get my heavier scissors. Oh, I forgot to plug in my iPad, and it's telling me low battery. Okay. So I guess I put a little center mark there. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I'll know next time. Not a big deal, but I see my little center mark. I didn't know. I didn't realize that. You know, you really should read patterns all the way through. That's a prime. This is a prime example to read them ahead of time. Have never been good at that. I'll just be the first to admit it. I just jump in and let's do it. Not good. Read it all the way through. Okay. Not a lot of trimming, really. You guys, this is adorable. This is absolutely adorable. No idea. All right, next step. All right, so I measured for where my other part of my twist lock is going to go, and where it is in the pattern is perfect. So all I did was put my twist lock on there and measured, and now I'm just going to cut my hole. Okay, I had to cut a little more off. I didn't like how it looked. So do it to your content and take your time. And I think I lost a screw, so let me get one in and then I'll find it. There it is. Oh. Okay. Booger, guys. This is being just a little bit of a booger. And that's okay. There we go. Finally. You're probably thinking, it's really not that hard. It's not. But you want it to look good. And you want it to be on there nice and snug. Okay. Let me show you. Let me put all this away. This was just a cheap little punch set on Amazon. Nothing fancy there. Oh, there it is. Looks good. All right, let's put this in. Oh my gosh. That is perfect. What is that? Oh, a little foo-foo. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that cute? There's no interfacing in here, really, except for on the linen piece. Isn't that cute, though? All right, let's finish it up. All right, so on the center of your straps up here, she tells you exactly where to put your dots down the middle on both sides. And then I am going to go ahead and put my gate ring on just to see how I want it to lay and where my dots are. And then we can either leave that on there or we can take it off. I think I'll take it off. Same thing on this side. Get it on there nice and even. Clip it. And then take it off. And then we're going to put our holes there. Where they're marked. And you might have to move your clips so they're not in your way. I'm surprised she didn't send the rivets with this, but most people have rivets. Oops. I didn't get my holes all the way through. Such a weakling. It's actually a little embarrassing. There we go. Okay. You can take your clips off. Put your caps on. Let me make sure I got the right caps. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I mixed all my different silver clips, so they're little rivets. They're a little different sizes. All right, let's repeat that over here. Make sure I go all the way through this time. Yeah. Did you hear that double click? And I'll go press these, and I'll be right there, guys. This is the cutest pattern. Oh my gosh, I love this fabric, this vinyl faux leather too. So here it is. And here's my strap. I put a crossbody strap on, which I can also wear around the waist. Just because it's a crossbody doesn't mean you can't wear it around your waist. And these are gate rings over here. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Look at that. All right, so then you have a full zipper pocket here, full, all the way in the back. Huge. And then here you have a twist lock, and you have a full lining inside and 2 credit card slots, which you could put more than 2 cards in. And this is how it closes. So here's your little lower closure. You just bring that up, turn it. Isn't that? I'm gonna edge coat it, so I think it'll look better. It's so cute. Look at the sides with that little dart. I really had no idea what to expect. This is so cute. Look at that. The Sorella by Simply Classic. It's meant to be a waist pack. I made it into a crossbody, and she talks about that in her pattern. Wow. So cute. Now, you do need to get these on here correctly. I've seen that. So that goes on that way. Turn it, and it goes on this way. Okay. Perfect. Look at that. Lots of room. Really plenty of room for everything I carry every day. The Sorella by Simply Classic. Go get the pattern. You're gonna like it.